morning. I am going to take you through my stretch and restore class. So you just need your mat, or if you have a carpeted area, you can use that, or grab a towel, like a bath towel, and we'll get started. So we're going to start with our feet nice and wide. I'm going to pull this back a little bit. All right, so feet are nice and wide, toes are turned out, the knees are facing the same direction as the toes. So we're gonna lower down, inhale, arms rise. Now, I did legs yesterday, so I am really stiff in the hips. So you might be really stiff, and as you move, you might deepen your range of motion. So draw the abdominals in toward the spine. Good. And you should have your feet nicely grounded into the mat. Good. A couple more. Just kind of feel into your body. Where are you tight? I think 2 more. Sounds good. 1 more. And we're gonna hold it down here. Place your hands on those thighs and shift. I really need a good stretch here. Do 1 more each side. Now you're going to take your right shoulder down and press out the right knee with the right shoulder. You can look over the left. Come through the center, inhale. Exhale, other side. Woo. Now we're going to alternate. This is my rest day. Brandon reminded me, this is your rest day, remember? I was like, oh yeah. I slept in this morning. So you usually sleep on Thursdays. I said, do I? I don't know, y'all. This week has been so weird. I just don't feel like my normal self. And that's fine. I'm just giving myself some grace. All right, slowly bring yourself up. Turn the toes forward, round up. Shoulder rolls at the top. I have my notes here. I'm like, so what's next? And forward. Hey, Jessica. Good morning. All right. So we're gonna bring those toes out once again. You're gonna slowly sink down. Now I'm gonna internally rotate my knee inward. So that means internally rotate means you go inward. So now I'm in a lunge position. I'm facing this direction. And then I'm going to pivot onto my heel, sink down into that plie. So make sure you're not arching the back, but pull the hips underneath you. You'll feel it stretch through those inner thighs. So we're gonna lift the heel, pivot, and you may wobble, and then come back down. Good. Lift the heel, pivot, and sink it down. Now we're getting a little bit of strength. You're like, oh, maybe if you're doing this, hopefully you are. You're like, oh, my legs are burning. Now we're gonna go the other side. So lift the left heel up, rotate. Drive those heels forward. Now I have a really thick mat, so this might be a little bit hard if you have a really thick mat. It's going to challenge your balance, which is good. I got to keep pulling my hips underneath. Focusing on a little bit of hip mobility here, and then go ahead and come up. So we're gonna walk those feet in. You're gonna lift your right knee up, little pull, and then switch. So a little balance, but this stretch helps to open up the glutes, stretch those glutes, and the hamstrings and the lower back. Two more, one more on each side. Nice job. Okay, I'm gonna turn to the side, grab a quick sip of water. So good. Anyway, I have some blueberry pre-workout. So now we're gonna go into a runner's lunge. I'm gonna start with my right leg going back so you can see. So I'm gonna come down to the mat just to get you into the position. So I'm at a 90 to 90 position. Both hips are facing straight ahead. I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna slide this leg as far back as I can. So I wanna sink my pelvis down. Now, you can stay here, or you can bring this knee back up to get a deeper stretch. We're gonna hold. Now, you're gonna place one hand on each side of the foot. And breathe. Lift the chest, so make sure you're not rounding the back. Drop the hips. Pull the sternum, the center of your chest forward. Press your heel back. Press the knee forward. So you're creating opposition. And breathe. You gotta breathe a lot here. Just do one more breath. And as you exhale, you're gonna lift, pike the hips up, lift into a triangle stretch or pyramid. So this is a really big stretch in the back of the leg here. Of the front leg. So the back of the leg, this muscle, these muscles back here, I'm gonna point back here. It's called your hamstrings. And we all tend to do a lot of sitting, and it is common for those hamstrings to be tight because they're in a shortened or contracted position for long periods of time. So as often as you can, get up. Move around, stretch those hamstrings throughout the day. Breathing in and out. Now, for some of you, your hamstring might be really tight, and if you need to bend the knee a little bit, that's fine. Now, we're going to alternate from runner stretch to triangle or pyramid. Now, I'm going to modify. Y'all keep going. To modify, if you need to, if you don't want to do that triangle stretch, if it's too much, you can just shift your hips back and rock your hips back. See, my toe came up. And that feels really good too. All right, here we go. And exhale. Every time you come back, get deeper into your stretch. Challenge yourself just a little bit. You want to challenge your depth in those joints. Let's do one more. Now, we're going to do an external internal rotation of the ankle. So I'm gonna start here. So I'm just shifting my hips back. I'm gonna try not to round and hunch my shoulders, but keep extending my chest forward, pull my abs in tight. So from the hip joint, you're gonna pull the knee, bring the whole leg in, and then out. And you'll feel, actually it's not ankle, it's hip rotation. So we're internally rotating the hip bone, externally rotating the hip bone. So you can do that. I'm gonna come back to that pyramid, and I'm gonna internally rotate that hip. Woo! Lord, help me, Lord. I'm quivering. And this is gonna hit different areas of the hamstring. Keep breathing. Woo. One more. Oh my goodness. Come back down. Now, if you need to drop that knee down, that's fine. Let's scoot back just a little bit. Make sure your hips are forward. Open up, rotate. And then you're gonna come back down. Your elbow does not have to come all the way down, but we're adding a little bit of thoracic rotation. So we're rotating the mid-back. Okay, and if you wanna bring that back knee up, make it a little bit deeper. Just sink deeper and deeper. Really try to rotate and reach. One more. And relax, drop that knee down. And you're gonna shift your weight just a little bit. You can bring your hand inside and then swing that leg back. All right, so I have some weights behind me because my mat was like rolled up. So I used the weights to kind of press that mat, the edges down. We're gonna go into a couple cat-cows. So we're gonna tuck the tailbone. So tuck the tailbone, roll through the spine. Separate the shoulder blades, squeeze the belly button toward the spine. And then tilting the tailbone up, articulating through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. So just bringing some mobility into the spine. I try to stretch every single day. And throughout the day, let's try one more. Nice job. So since we're here, we're gonna do some more thoracic rotations. You can take your hand behind the nape of your neck, and you're gonna bring the elbow to the opposite elbow, and you're gonna lift the elbow, rotate. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Now stay here, reach all the way up, reach toward the ceiling, and then you're gonna thread that hand underneath. Keep rotating till the back of the shoulders on the mat. This is called thread the needle. This is a great stretch for the upper back, for the shoulders. And my other hand is just over the head. You can actually bring it to the opposite side of the mat if you want a deeper stretch in the lats. And that's just a big muscle in the back. And then slowly come out. All right, so we're gonna do the other side, but before we do that, we're gonna stretch those toes. So you see how my toes are tucked? I'm gonna shift my weight back. And sit on those toes. Woo. Now, if this is too much, I'm trying to find something that I can demo with really quick. If you have like a towel or a rolled up blanket, you can place it on the heels, and that can help. Whew. Actually, this feels much better. It's less intense. How we doing with time? I never started. Sorry. All right. We're just taking care of our bodies. We are trying to get that tension out of the muscles. By stretching them out, bringing mobility to the body. All right, opposite leg. Did I do this leg already? I don't know. Sometimes I get confused. I think. If I turn around, I don't know what leg I need to do, so I'm just gonna turn around. I think this leg is forward now. See, problem fixed. All right, so you can start here. And then slowly come down. So we're just taking our time, getting into that runner's lunge. Shift back a little bit. Pull the chest forward. Tuck the toe underneath. This is level 2. You don't have to come here, but you can if you want. 5 deep breaths. Sink it down. One more breath. As you exhale, lift the hips. Lift, 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 lift. Shift the weight back. So I'm shifting my weight back towards my back leg. Now again, if you want to modify, you'll need to leave the knee down, shift your weight back. You can lift the toe or not. If you lift the toe and flex, dorsiflex, and you're flexing the foot, pulling the toes towards you, it'll give you a deeper stretch, okay? So do what works for you today. I really need to stretch these muscles out, so I'm kind of pushing myself a little bit in the flexibility department. Look towards the thigh. Think about stretching the muscles. Inhale. Exhale, send the breath to the muscle we're stretching. You're getting a little bit of a calf stretch in that rear leg too. Try not to shift those hips, keep them squared. I know your body's gonna wanna compensate. Now we're gonna alternate, so back to that low lunge. I'll share the playlist I'm listening to. I listened to this yesterday at work. I was just in my zone. All I needed was a candle and some incense. Woo! Bring that foot in a little bit more. It's a little bit too intense. So my Achilles is really tight. It's inflamed. It's been working really hard. So I don't want to put any undue pressure on that Achilles. Push those hips down. Oh yes. I love a good stretch. I used to hate stretching. And now I'm like, yes, I need it. Now stay here, stay here. We're externally rotating. So you're gonna turn from the hip bone and out. I know it's intense, but you breathe. And if you need to, you can come down, same thing. Let me fix that form. I was rounding. I'm gonna come back here and do 2 more. All right, come down. So both hands on the inside of the foot. You can drop the knee down, push the hips down, open up, elbow down. Now, something to work towards is maybe you can get that elbow down to kiss the ground. Like I said, my inner thighs are so tight. You can bring that back knee up. All right. Nice job. Drop that back knee down or place it down, don't drop it. All right, we're gonna swing that back leg. We're gonna work on a little bit of stability of the torso. Wait, let me think. Yeah, sorry. We're here. So torso rotations. Exhale. Inhale. Feel how this feels in your back. Is it tight? What's your range of motion like? One more. Then you're gonna reach up, hold. Reach. See if you can touch the ceiling. Make sure you're not hunching. Keep pressing the shoulder, the top of the shoulder away from the ear. Thread it through. Ears to the floor. Now I like to reach this hand over and then fingers, walk my fingers to the opposite edge of the mat. One more breath in. As you exhale, slowly unwind from that position. All right, now we're gonna do some stability work. So extend your left leg out. I'm gonna move up a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna extend. I'm just gonna rock onto those toes forward and back. Little calf stretch. I met with a physical therapist yesterday. Keep pulling the belly button in. Don't let the belly fall. You gotta stretch your calves more. Let's do the other side. Now, of course, I always gotta work in some kind of strength. So we're gonna hold the plank. So I'm gonna get you there slowly because I know we have different fitness levels here. So I'm gonna come down. You can keep the knees down. I'm gonna bring my feet up. Push myself up, okay? So your plank is not here. You're not dipping down. Everything is straight. So you should be able to pull the hips underneath you, squeeze the belly to the spine, shoulders and wrists are in a straight line. I can probably walk my back, okay? Level 2, tuck those toes, hold, 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Maybe you challenge yourself, lift one leg up. Other leg. Knee towards the elbow. Drop it down. Sit back, stretch through the back. And the shoulders and the chest and the hips, all this stuff. This is like a multitasking stretch. It gets a little bit of everything. One more breath in. And exhale. Okay, so we're gonna come around. I'm probably gonna do the same workout Saturday for my class. Almost done, you guys. You're gonna take yours, my right leg out. Let's scoot over. Right leg is out. My toes are facing forward. See, they're facing that way. I'm gonna come down. And now from here, I'm gonna just shift back. You should feel a stretch through the inner thigh. And back up. Inhale. And exhale. I'm looking at what's next. I'm gonna try to get it all in. One more. And release. Nice job. So we're gonna switch sides. I'm gonna scoot over here so you can see what I'm doing. So those feet are facing forward. Inhale, and look at my back foot, see? You can keep it tucked or flat, whatever you like. I like it tucked. Get that little buggy out of here. So what I'm looking for, I'm feeling for that inner thigh stretch right through here. You want to keep the spine extended from the hip to the crown of the head, so no rounding. Just keep squeezing the belly button toward the spine. And release. Nice job. All right, so we're going to come to our bottoms. Take a sip of water as you transition. I'm trying to get that water in, you guys. All right. We're in this very flattering position here. All right, we're gonna internally, externally rotate the knee. So just the right knee, this is my right, is probably your left. Okay. Again, hip mobility. Inhale. Just breathe. People are like, when do I breathe? When do I not breathe? Just breathe. First of all, just breathe. Don't hold your breath. One more. Okay, so then we're gonna come to this position here. I'm gonna scoot back just so I can stay in my camera. Turn. So now I'm in a 90-90, okay? I'm gonna bring my hands on each side of my foot. So one is here, one is here, okay? Now from here, I'm going to come to my fingertips and I'm gonna bend my elbows out as I melt down. Ooh, into that hip. So once you're in that position, you can bring the hands forward. You can bring the elbows down. Now, if you are really open in the hips right now, you can slide that leg all the way back and come all the way on that leg and just really get into that hip. And play. If you come up, you can get a little bit deeper. You can add a quad stretch there. Open up that quad and the hip. And then let's slowly, you're gonna kind of dip your hips down. I never explained that right. Dip your head, use all kinds of different things to explain. Just come down to your bottom. We're gonna do the other side. We have some cueing tips for that. Let me know. So we're just focusing on the left. So what should you feel here? You should feel the stretch of the hip here. Now, if you don't really feel it, what I do is I move that knee back a little bit, open up my legs more into that even more flattering position. This is why I teach this class with pants. Ooh. Okay, so we're here. Now I'm gonna bring my whole upper body, my whole body around. So this front leg is parallel to the edge of the mat, all right? So they're like two train tracks. So I start here, inhale, exhale, melt, 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 ease into it. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good on this side. So now I might come down to my elbows. I'm just getting deeper. You can also use like, you know, cushion or something if you want to bring those elbows a little bit higher. This is too squishy. And then if you want to get into those hips, get into it. Now, because I did it on the other side, I'm gonna just get that quad stretch in. Ha! Hamstring cramp, not ready. Relax the hamstring. Woo, I don't want to do it. And release. All right, now slowly come down. Let's try something else. So slowly come down to your butt. You might be overthinking it. Open up those legs, nice and wide. All right, we're just gonna point and flex the feet. You can't see it, but I'm just pointing, flexing. Plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. I'm just practicing my anatomy that I learned 20 years ago. All right, now you can keep the feet pointed or flexed. We're gonna reach to the right. Stretch it over, side stretch. Then we're gonna kind of flow to the other side. So inner thigh stretch here. Now you can walk it over. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're getting it all in. I'm looking at the time. Almost there. We're gonna do a little breathing exercise. We got the hamstrings, we got the glutes, we got the quads, a little bit of ankle mobility. We stretched the toes even, my goodness. We had the torso, hips. We got the back. We're gonna finish up with some upper body stretching and stop in the center. Get a little bit deeper in those hips. Make sure the knees are pointing up toward the ceiling. And slowly walk it in. All right. So we're gonna stretch through the shoulders. Right arm cut across. Reach. You can grab behind the elbow or in front. It just depends. Sometimes I prefer it here. I get a deeper stretch in the back of the shoulder. Sometimes I come here. It just depends on what I'm looking for, right? Feel free to roll the wrists around here. Did we do that stability? I think I said I was gonna do it, but I don't know if I did it. Oh my goodness. Tricep. So pat yourself in the back. You did a good job. Place the hand on the opposite elbow. Keep the hand in between the shoulder blades. Sit up tall. Squeeze the belly button in. The little tricep stretch. Triceps right here. Such a stubborn muscle to work, at least for me. I can feel them working, but I don't see a lot of, I do see some tone. You're like, how do I get my triceps? Girl, you gotta work them bad boys like crazy. Just keep consistent, right? Switch sides. Woo, this side's so much tighter. And then shoulder stretch. So shoulders down, reach out. Keep the shoulder, top of the shoulder down. Grab, pull it across without changing where that shoulder is. So I'm really squeezing with my right arm, pulling that arm towards my chest. Press the shoulder down, reach out. And release. Okay. Move that out the way. We're gonna come down to our belly. I don't know if we did that stability exercise, so we're gonna do it now. Squeeze the belly button in. extend. I know what happened. I got distracted. I want to stretch toes. So extend the left leg out. Use the booty muscle to lift. Think about extending from the hip bone. So try not to use your back muscles. And then reach. Hold. And switch just a little bit. So hip, think about extending and squeezing with the glute. Reach. Squeeze the belly button toward the spine. Think about opposition. So think about someone pulling your fingers away. So I'm pulling that heel. So I'm kind of stretching and moving them away. And release. Now come all the way down to your belly. Nice and easy. Now your feet are about the same distance as the mat. So open up the legs just a little bit. Bring the hands right underneath or a couple inches behind the shoulders. So my arms, my elbow to my wrist is a 90-degree. Roll the shoulders back and down. So inhale, exhale, we're gonna lift the chest. You might wanna stay here, but if you can peel yourself all the way up and press yourself up. We're getting a nice back extension, extending the spine, but stretching through the abs. We're not doing this. Shoulders down. Slowly melt yourself back down. Nice job. One stretch for the chest. So take your right arm out. And then you're going to take your left foot. Okay? Flip it over. And see if you can press into that. Ooh, my spine kind of went like, rest the head. So chest and shoulders stretch. Other way. We're gonna wrap it up. So here, right foot bends, lift, little dance. You can kind of feel like a dancer is how I feel. Rest the head. And release. Slowly push yourself up. And come to a comfortable position. Take your right hand to your right knee, left hand to the right knee, excuse me. Take your right hand behind you. Inhale to sit up tall, exhale, turn and look over the shoulder. And then slowly unwind. I'm still doing good. Other side. Little spinal twist, gently. So we're not yanking ourselves. I'm actually using the core muscles, my oblique muscles, to help me to, and release. Okay, so we have a short minute for some breathing. So we're gonna do 5, 5. You're gonna breathe in for 5 seconds, exhale out for 5 seconds, 5 by 5, and we'll do it twice, okay? So sit up tall. If you wanna lay down, you can do that too. Just relax. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, breathe in from the belly, and exhale out through the lips. One more time, breathe in from your diaphragm. You can put your hands here. Exhale. Good job, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you do these stretches, do the workout. I feel so much better right now. I feel looser. I feel more awake. I'm gonna take a shower, get on to work. Peace. God bless.